Hey family, it's another Monday, another Marriage Monday, and I am here to have a conversation with you as per usual. And today I want to discuss desire in visions and in missions for the family. So here's the thing, I believe every family should have a vision and a mission for their family. Um, Sometimes we find ourselves struggling in our marriages because we don't see the same things for our kids, we don't see the same things for the family, and that could be coming from a place of being raised in different places, right? You come from a family that believed in something else, and you came from a family that believes in another thing. And this is why I believe that it's very important to be equally yoked. When God says we need to be equally yoked, it helps in such instances, because then if you guys are seeing the same thing for the family, your family unit, you're able to make these decisions at a better space and a better place without much conflict. Conflict would always be there, but it's easy to resolve it because you guys at the end of the day have a desired end that is the same. So I always say, when we were dating, when he pursued you out of desire. There was a desired end why he wanted you. There was a desire. He saw you and he desired a certain thing, and then he dated you, and then it became more about the needs more than the wants. When he was looking at you, he was like, I want that. And then he dates you and he's like, I need this. And then he desires that, okay, he sees that, okay, I might just get my desired end here, which is marriage. And then he marries you. And then you marry him and you say yes, because you also have your own desires and you always also have your own desired end. But now you should bring the same desires into building the family. You guys have to play a joint game of desire, right? You guys have to play a joint game of desire in your marriage. You must both have a desired end that looks the same for your family, your kids, your legacy, whatever you two want to build together. There must be a desired end. In that, you sit down, you list what you guys want, your vision, your mission for the family. And then you list them all down in a hierarchy of importance. What is important to us for this family? And then list them down. And then after listing them down, you then discuss your expectations in bringing this to life, in wanting these things to happen. List them to say, okay, this is what I expect from it once we have achieved it. This is what I expect in the duration of it from you. This is what I think I personally see. But at the end of the day, there's one desired end. You use the same yearning. A desire is something that burns, man. When you see something you want, you don't sleep, or you need to do, you don't sleep, you think about it, you work on it, you vision board it, you tell your friends, you tell your family, you tell your mentor, you tell your pastor, and you ask them to pray for you. You chase it with everything you have. That is a desire, and it has an end to it, and that's something you should carry even into your family unit. So after listing these things according to a hierarchy of importance, after speaking about it and the expectations in bringing this to life, and once it has come to life, how do we keep it going? It's very important to understand that it needs to be a joint decision. This is why in most times you find families struggling, or you find a lot of divorces, because we didn't see the same things. So you could be married to a guy who goes to church like you, who's as Christian as you, who believes in the same God, but you know what? He or she's values probably could not align with yours. It's a real thing, guys. You could marry somebody, or you could be married to somebody whose values don't align, but because you thought we went to church together, we praise the same God, we worship the same God, so therefore our marriage will work. That's why it's very important, singles, this is why it's very important that when you're dating or when you're in courtship, make sure that your value system, your belief system aligns with the person you want to marry. Because in raising a family, in bringing up a whole human or humans, they need to be governed under one word, under one voice, under one household. One can't be saying Jesus Christ and the other is saying another God. It's very confusing, and then it becomes a tug and war that no, but you this, but no this. No, rather be equally yoked and raise your family under one system. And they must grow up knowing the vision and the mission of this family. It's yet again a joint game of desired ends. And so I'm just here to basically say to you guys, if you haven't yet, sit down with your spouse like you would do at work or like you would do anywhere under a certain system. Write what you guys see for the family, not as individuals, because that could be very different, but as a family. Sit down, write down your vision, write down your mission as a family, and then list them according to a hierarchy of importance to both of you, and then decide that this is how we raise our kids. This is how we're going to build our legacy, because we want different things. This is how this is going to be laid, brick by brick by brick. Speak about your expectations and then bring it to life. And make sure, singles, make sure your values aligned. Being equally yoked has always won in the game of marriage. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Lady Love Bhagwan, at Merry Girls Club, and then on YouTube, the Mitlamakools, the Cool Clan. Like, share, and subscribe. And like I always say, let us be a generation of happy, healthy, successful marriages. See you next week, Monday.